Well, can I say this? Why is it okay for America to drop 2 nuclear bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki to end their existential threat war? Why was it okay for us to do that? I thought it was okay. To Israel, do whatever you have to do to survive as a Jewish state.
The man who just made that inhuman statement is a U.S. sitting senator that goes by the name Lindsey Graham. He just cited that the firebombing of Tokyo in Japan and the bombing of Dresden in Germany, which are 2 of the deadliest civilian massacres in history. And he is using those massacres as a blueprint for Israel to recreate in Gaza. Before you scroll, please pause a little, because understanding why this is a historically insane will change how you see every war you will witness in your lifetime. Here is the truth they don't tell you in the soundbite. The Tokyo firebombing killed over 100,000 civilians in just one night, more than that of the Hiroshima and the Nagasaki bombing. While Dresden bombing in Germany killed 25,000 refugees. Yes, you heard me right. 25,000 refugees who were seeking safety were bombed to death. Today's historians classify these massacres as not victories, but as moral failures of the Allied force. We only tolerate these massacres in our memory because we won the war. But in 1949, we wrote the Geneva Conventions, specifically to criminalize what we did in Japan and Germany. So, using a pre-law atrocity to justify current conflict isn't strategy. It's arguing that progress in human rights should go backward. International law, specifically the Rome Statute, says you cannot use disproportionate force in urban warfare. You cannot collectively punish 2.3 million people to get to 30,000 militants. When Graham says, do it faster, he is not advocating for victory, no. Instead, he is advocating for starvation and leveling. That isn't tough love. That is literal war crime under Article 8 of the ICC. So, encouraging it on international TV means one thing: complicity. Why did he say it, if I may ask? He said it because total war is the lazy general's shortcut. It says, we don't care about the aftermath, but Gaza is the size of Philadelphia. Remember that. You cannot bomb an ideology into dust. Never. For every civilian you vaporize, creates 10 new recruits for Hamas. So, Graham's advice isn't just immoral. It is stupid. It is a stupid strategy, and it guarantees Israel's long-term insecurity. I want you to picture Dresden in 1945. You can see mothers digging children out of melted rubble. Now, picture Gaza in 2024 and 2026. Same rubble, different generation, same screams. The moral lesson of history is brutal. Suffering does not give you a license to inflict suffering on others. No. Rather, suffering gives you a warning of what hell looks like. The only path forward is ceasefire, hostage return, and two-state solution for both parties. Not because it is idealistic, but because the alternative is a forever war that consumes everyone. If you are a leader and your only historical reference is bomb them harder, I want you to know that you have failed the test of leadership. Share this video, not to cancel Graham, but to remind the world that we built international law precisely to stop leaders like Graham from having the final word. Stay human, stay critical, and never let history be weaponized to justify the present. My final line to this camera is that Dresden and Tokyo are not manuals. They are grave markers. Let's treat them that way. Thank you.